OK， 各位中四嘅同學，我哋咧好快嘅啫。OK， 咁啊，今日咧 call 大家都要上晏晝 Zoom 要睇一個 teaching video 咧，咁就係因為咧聽日 Day 7咧係單堂，咁同埋我哋有一個 MC quiz 啊，再提醒多你一次下。OK，Day 7啊，明天 Day 7咧，我哋喺堂上面咧係有一個 MC quiz 嘅。OK，咁 that's why 咧就想咧爭取時間啊。OK，咁咧就一個好簡單嘅啫，大家唔使咁擔心。咁咧就係咧講一講咧 background of the culture， 有啲嘢想大家做下嘅。咁喺個 note 嗰度咧，我開咗個新嘅 note 就叫做 background of the culture。OK， 好啦，咁然後咧大家又 as usual 啦，去呢個嘅 materials subject shared， 跟住咧我已經開咗咧第10個 folder 啦。OK， 10個 folder， 咦，我哋咁樣靚啲。OK， 不過我發覺咧，如果10咧，佢就會跟住1咧，佢就會去到1下面嘅。不過唔緊要啦，10啊 ，note for the culture。好，然後 pre-lesson worksheet 就係呢一張啦。OK， 好啦，今日做啲乜嘢咧？咁咧就因為咧，舊年中3嘅時候咧，其實我哋就好 brief 咁樣去講過咧，二次大戰之後。咁咧世界係咪和平咧？原來唔係和平得晒嘅喎，仲有一啲即係唔係真係完全係好和平嘅喎。原來咧係有啲暗湧嘅喎。OK， 咁啊我哋咧會咧喺呢個嘅 Form 5中4、5、6咧 DSE 呢3年咧，咁我哋就會再深入咁樣咧去study 呢一 part， 就係咧international conflict and cooperation after the Second World War 嗱，咁啊，我哋中3嘅時候其實就講咗好多關於1次大戰、2次大戰，咁啊打咗2次大戰啦，死咗咁多人 casualties 咁多，咁係咪代表就係和平咧？係咪代表大家就會唔再打仗咧？又好似唔係喎。OK，but anyway 呢啲會我哋留待咧，我哋正式開展 Cold War 嘅時候咧，冷戰嘅時候咧，再慢慢講。今日咧係做個 pre-lesson， 咁啊有啲嘅相啦，有一個嘅資料啦，咁啊有啲嘅問題啦。有啲問題我哋會喺個 teaching video 裏邊一齊解答啦，有啲問題就係我拋俾你㗎啦。OK， 咁然後咧你就今晚好同我好好地諗好佢啦喎。咁跟住之後咧，聽日Day 7嗰個 single lesson 咧搞掂咗個 MC quiz 之後咧，咁我哋就開工㗎啦。Alright， 咁啊第一件事啦，我哋先睇一睇先啦。嗱，今日嘅 topic 係咧 changing relationship between the Allied powers from 1942 to 1945， 由1942至到1945年咧，盟軍嘅關係咧。咦，原來係咧有改變嘅喎。OK， 首先就係第一件事啊，1942年咧係咩事咧？俾10秒時間你諗一諗先。1942年係發生咩事啊？1942年我哋就係講緊咧 turning point of the Second World War。係咪？點解我哋會 regard 1942做 turning point of the Second World War？ 因為當年 number one joining of the US 美國加入，第二就係counterattack of the Soviet Union。OK， 咁你亦都會睇到啦，喺下面啲相裏邊咧。咦，你揾唔揾到邊一個係代表住 USA 咧？你又揾唔揾到邊一個人係代表住 Soviet Union 咧 ？OK， 好啦，另外啦，我哋今日嘅 focus 咧係1942至1945啦。咁因為1942年就係 turning point of the Second World War， 而1945年咧，咁喂大家都知啦，係咪啊？有咩特別咧？1945年係咪？喂打咗咁多年仗，去到1945年，終於到 end of the war。好啦，咁到底由個 turning point of the Second World War 去到 end of the Second World War， 到底列強有啲咩改變咧？我哋咧先嚟睇第一張相 ，Part A，Step 1 Cooperation of the Allied Powers at the end of the Second World War。好啦 ，source 咧有張相啦嚇，咁咧張相裏邊咧呢張相講乜嘢咧 ？A photo of the leaders of the three major Allied powers in February 1945。呢個係1945年2月。OK， 咁咧影嘅呢張相，咁咧喺相中咧有3位男士 A、B、C。 ABC 係邊三位咧？好，而家又係俾2分鐘時間你諗唔諗到 ABC 係邊三位咧 ？OK， 好，正式計時。好啦，眨下眼咧就夠鐘啦。到底呢3個男人係邊3個咧？我諗A、B、C， 起碼 A、C 咧，我諗大家都會認到嘅，係咪 ？A 咁樣我哋睇戲都睇過啦，係咪？花咗好多堂時間啊，係佢啊嘛啊 ，We shall never surrender， 佢係 Churchill。好啦，我寫得好核突，因為 Churchill 係同一個字嚟嘅，我驚你誤以為係分開。好，佢係 Churchill。Churchill 係邊位 Prime Minister of Britain。 Alright， 好啦 ，B 咧佢都係好出名嘅，之後咧我哋都會讀到佢嘅，佢係咧當年咧推行咧Marshall Plan 嘅 Truman 杜魯門 ，which is the President of the US。最後一位啦 ，OK 其實幾靚仔嘅嚇。如果你大家可以喺 Google 嗰度咧揾下咧，佢後生嘅樣咧真係成個明星咁啊！佢係 Stalin， 佢係嚟自蘇聯嘅斯泰林。OK， 咁啊 Britain、USA and Soviet Union， 我哋之前喺嗰啲 wartime conferences 嗰度咧都有讀過啦，佢哋係major powers 啦，佢哋係 new big three。OK， 一次大戰嘅時候咧 ，big three 我哋會講緊 Britain、USA and France， 咁但係二次大戰咧就唔同啦。France 嘅角色咧已經係被 Soviet Union 取代咗啦，而佢哋係3大。OK，Question 2 Why did they meet in February 1945? Explain your answer according to your own knowledge。記唔記得點解呢3個人喺1945年嘅2月，點解佢哋要見面嘅？呢個係咩嘅會議啊？佢哋係開會啊嘛。Why did they meet? Because they wanted to discuss post-war settlement。OK， 一嘅喺1945年嘅2月咧，佢哋都好清楚。第一嘅就係咧 ，Fascist Italy surrendered。意大利喺1943年已經係投降啦。And then it seems that the Allied power, no matter from the Western Front or from the Eastern Front， 無論係蘇聯嚟自東戰線，定還是係美國、英國、法國3國聯軍喺西戰線，都係咧，其實大家都係咧 向緊咧柏林進發㗎。咁簡單啲講啦，當橙色呢嚿嘢係德國嘅話咧 ，OK， 咁無論係喺 Eastern Front 啦、藍色線啦，定係紅色線嘅 Western Front 啦，其實都夾緊過去㗎啦。咁只係睇下咧邊一邊咧快啲嘅啫。咁啊，不過我哋史上到最後咧係史太林快啲嘅。OK， 好啦 ，anyway 啦，唔緊要啦，咁啊佢哋係 cooperation 㗎嘛。咁所以咧佢哋都知道咧係夾緊德國㗎啦。咁啊睇下幾時夾爆德國嘅啫。咁所以佢哋喺1945年2月咧，佢哋就見面啦。呢個係 Yalta Conference。So they wanted to discuss post-war settlement, and that's why they met in Yalta, and then they held the Yalta Conference. All right. 第三條嘞喎 ，Study from source A. How would you describe the relationship of the Allied powers? Support your answer with relevant clues from the source. 根據你嘅觀察，純粹係 study source A， 你就係睇 source A 嘅啫。你會點樣去形容 ？How would you describe the relationship of the Allied powers？ 我哋一齊嚟望下張相咯。張相有冇啲咩嘅 clues？ 有冇啲咩線索係我哋睇到嘅咧？ OK， 張相有好多唔同嘅 military， 好多唔同嘅軍人嘅。不過我相信最 eye-catching 嘅都會係呢3位啦。咁就係 Churchill 啦、Truman 啦，同埋 Stalin，right？ 佢哋3個人喺張相度係做緊啲乜嘢啊 ？How would you describe it？ 我唔係叫大家 describe relationship 先，我哋純粹係睇到佢哋咁樣咧，呢一個手勢咧。佢哋係打交啊、punching 啊，定還是佢哋係 ？No, they were shaking hands。好啦 ，so from the clue from source A, the three men, the three leaders of Britain, USA, and Soviet Union, they met at Yalta to discuss post-war settlement, and they were shaking hands. So how would you describe the relationship？ 如果我係問你 attitude。如果我問你態度，你會點樣形容呢3個人嘅關係啊 ？Positive or negative? Of course, it is positive. 當然係正面啦。Okay, some more precise adjective. They were holding hands, so it means that they were。你會同你嘅朋友喎，你會同你嘅敵人握手啊？我梗係只係會同朋友握手啦。而家直情唔握添，有群 OK。So the relationship were positive, and then they were friendly toward each other. So positive, friendly. And then the relevant clues is in the photo. They were shaking hands. In source A, the three men, or making more history, the three leaders were shaking hands. And that's why they were friendly toward each other. So students, we can find that in 1945, before the official end of the Second World War, the three powers from 1942 to 1945, they were actually working close with each other because they worked closely to fight against the Axis power. And they actually did. They defeated Italy in 1943. And then in February 1945, they are about to defeat Germany. And then the next target, the final target, will be Japan. Okay. But then now let's move on. Did USA and the Soviet Union work closely with each other in maintaining world peace after the Second World War？ 喺2次大戰嘅期間咧，我哋就會發現咧，美國同埋蘇聯咧，佢哋係緊密嘅合作嘅 ，shaking hands. You can even see from the smile, the facial expression of Truman that is really, really friendly, right? But then you can see， 我拆咗佢先啦，阻住你睇。你會睇到杜魯門咧，真係咧，好似係好開心嘅喎 ，means achieving peace, right? When you look at Churchill, seems like a gentleman shaking hands and then showing, at least showing to the others that, oh, we are working closely. But then you look at Truman, really looking at Stalin, full of confidence that they would have a very close cooperation. Do you think these shaking hands, the cooperation could last forever and then they could really work together to make world peace? Let's move to source B on page 2. Relationship of the Allied powers after the Second World War. The following cartoon was published in early 1946.嗱，唔係好耐嘅咋嚇。頭先嗰張相就係1945年嘅2月，而呢一幅漫畫咧係 early 1946. Have a look of it. Name the countries the three national flags represented in source B. 喺 source B 我哋揾到3支國旗。A 一睇呢個符號都知道佢係 Soviet Union。B 嗰支米字旗 Britain。C USA. Okay, so I would like you to compare source B and then source B also representing the relationship of the three countries, Soviet Union, Britain, and the US. This is the relationship in February 1945. And this is a cartoon showing the relationship in early 1946. Questions 2. Study source B. How would you describe the relationship of the Allied powers? Once again, if the questions word is attitude, 如果係問你態度，你覺得漫畫家對於呢3個 Big Three 嘅態度係點呢？ The first step is positive or negative. 頭先就握手，咁啊梗係 positive 啦。咁漫畫呢幅漫畫咧，知道邊幅漫畫咧？我哋見唔見到佢哋握手啊？咁啊見唔到啊，因為3支國旗握唔到手，佢哋死物嚟㗎嘛 ，right？ 但你見到3支國旗插住喺度 ，and then we could see， it seems that the flag of Soviet Union was separated from the flags of Britain and the US. And then we could see a zone of weakness. 我哋見到條罅喎，爆開 we could see a gap, a widening gap. 咁樣嘅話，你覺得個漫畫家對於呢3個 Big Three 佢嘅關係係第一 positive 定 negative? Of course it is negative. How negative? 裂開喎。本來3個係握手，去到 early 1946係裂開喎。So it means that what kind of adjective, what word would you try to describe? 裂開喎 ，okay? It means negative and we can say the relationship was worsening. 變差喎。And then our clue is in source B, there was a gap between the national flags of the Soviet Union and Britain and France. Okay, all right, so let's move to a summary. After studying sources A and B, we have found that the relationship of the Allied power changed from source A 咧係講緊1945年嘅2月，我哋頭先嘅用字係 positive and friendly. So in 1945 February, the relationship was changed from a friendly relationship. 由一個和平友好嘅關係 to a worsening relationship. Okay, and this is source A and source B. And your job to do is Step 3 discussion. Why? 點解會咁㗎？明明大家係1942至45年係 working closely with each other， 大家握住手，大家一齊努力 to fight against the Axis power. Italy, Germany and Japan one by one. Why? Just a year later, 1年之後咋 they were separated. 有個 gap 喺度啊 and then the relationship was worsening. 點解會咁樣嘅咧 Okay, why did the relationship of the Allied power change so suddenly within a short period of time? So what is your guess? 好啦，你睇完個 teaching video 之後咧，我就當我俾30分鐘時間你，咁你就應該係嘗試去解釋 ，OK？ 點解佢哋嘅關係喺1年裏邊會係由握手變到係有裂痕 ？OK? After that, please submit the pre-lesson worksheet file to know your notes. Okay? So that's the end of the teaching video, and this is the end of our Zoom in the afternoon. Bye bye.